Alright, welcome back Nephilim to Xanthus Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at some of the changes in the most recent version of Diablo 3. In Season 17, they changed the number of Death Breath that you get within your Challenge Rift bag. This makes significant changes to gambling priorities and how you should start your season if you're not getting power leveled. We're going to take a few minutes and go over all the different options and things that you can do as far as gambling for each class and upgrading weapons, and the multiple different routes that you can choose to take depending on how you want your season progress to happen. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. Having more Death Breath at the start of the season opens up quite a few options for starting the season yourself if you're leveling yourself and not getting power leveled. Option 1 would be upgrading a level 70 item into a legendary and then extracting it into the cube. Don't worry, we'll go over what legendaries you can extract on the next slide. How you do this though is you do your Challenge Rift, then you upgrade your Blacksmith to 70, get your Cannized Cube, upgrade a rare weapon, extract the rare weapon, gamble for your level 1 starter, again we'll go over that in a minute, wear the item for as long as possible, and then cube it if you need to. Pros of this: super strong multipliers from the level 70 items, and possibly 2 multipliers depending on if you get like a weapon and an armor or a weapon and a ring. Lots of good possibilities. Cons: it's much better for some classes than for others, and we'll go over which ones it's strong for and which ones it isn't in the next couple slides. Option 2 is the traditional start. You do your Challenge Rift, you upgrade your Blacksmith to 70, you get your cube, you gamble for a level 1 starter item, you extract it as your starter legendary, you save extra Death Breaths for extracting up to 5 more items. This part is new. In the past you only had 10 Death Breath to start, but now that you have 35, you can get up to 5 or 6. No, you can get up to 6 items extracted into your cube as you level through the game. This is a big jump up from just having 1. So this is the bonus to not doing the level 70 item. Not doing the level 70 item is that you get more items in your cube as you go. Gives you a more flexible start at 70 and also can make your leveling a little bit easier. Option 3 is you could do your Challenge Rift, upgrade your Blacksmith, make sure no pet is equipped, open the Challenge Rift bag in an act you don't want to be in, pick up all the items except for the gold, don't pick up the gold, save the blood shards for level 34, then gamble bracers and go for Custarian wrist guards, equip the wrist guards, go back and pick up your gold, and gain an instant 15 to 20 levels. If you want to see a video demonstration of that, I have it in the playlist for the season 17, 18, 19, whatever season you're watching this on, survival guide. There should be a video in the playlist below. Yeah, so that's another option. Let's go ahead and go class by class and look at what the best things to gamble for and what the best things to upgrade your level 70 weapon into are. The Necromancer, Barbarian, and Demon Hunter are the 3 best classes to do the level 70 upgrade and extract strategy from option 1, where we go over what we could extract as well as what to gamble in each of those classes. If these 3 classes are not for you, just go ahead and skip ahead till you see the slide with your class, or if you want to just look at the pictures, feel free to do that as well. Alright, let's get into this. For gambling for the Necromancer, I would focus on the Grasp of Essence, as it gives you a powerful multiplier for your corpse explosion. Pox Faults allows you to proc a poison cloud whenever you get in the middle of a bunch of enemies, and the Orc's Crown will give you an experience multiplier. You can also go for the Circle of Najal's Evil Ring or Julian's Love. This will allow you to summon double the skeletal mages and they last longer. Do keep in mind that gambling for rings is a bit risky, as they cost quite a few more blood shards and lowers your probability of getting a legendary. When you're upgrading, you want to upgrade a 2-handed scythe, because you can get the Blood-Tide Blade, Maltorius' Spike, Nayer's Black Death, or Reliana's Shadowhook. All 4 are amazing options for the Necromancer, so feel free to look for any of those, as they will really speed up your leveling process. For the Barbarian, you can gamble for Bracers to get Bracers of the First Men, or Bracers of Destruction. Both are great. They both increase the damage of your Hoda, Slam, and your Ground Slam, respectively. Priority number 2, you only need one of those 2, by the way. Priority number 2 would be the Loot Socks, which gives you triple jump on your leap. This will give you more mobility and thus speed up your leveling process. And priority 3 is your Pox Faults. I'm listing 2 or 3 priorities for each class, just simply because sometimes you get lucky and you're able to get 2 or 3 legendaries on your gamble. Sometimes you only get 1. It's all RNG. For the weapons you want to upgrade for Barbarian, I would use Two-Handed Mighty Weapon because all but 2 of them are really good for leveling. Bastion's Revere gives you Fast Frenzy and all the runes of Frenzy. Blight of Tribe makes your war cries and shouts cause earthquakes. Fury of the Vanished Peak makes your Seismic Slam hit harder, comboing with the Bracers of Destruction. IK's Boulder Breaker is not good for leveling, however is a level 70 set item, so you can save that if you get it. Modok's Sorrow, unfortunately, gives no multiplier and kinda sucks. I guess you can save it for a level 70 weapon when you hit 70 because it's a free legendary, so might as well save it if you get it. You just kind of lose the lottery if you get that one. Gavel of Judgment increases your Hoda damage and combos with the Bracers of the First Men. For Demon Hunter, you're going to want to be gambling for Hellcat Waistguard and Sin Seekers. Sin Seekers at level 70. Allowing you to do a multi-shot with grenades and just blow through enemies. If you decide to do the level 70 upgrade option, instead you would focus on getting a Carly's Point, hopefully from the upgrade, and if you get that, then you would do a Holy Point shot at level 31, and Spines of Seething Hatred is another option. The Holy Point shot makes you throw 3 daggers, and the Spines of Seething Hatred allows you to throw chakrams to generate hatred. They combo really well together. If you get the Greenstone Fan, just go to the original gambling priority options of Hellcat Waistguard and Sin Seekers, because you can still do the multi-shot setup, charge up your Fan of Knives, and then run into the middle of elites and just blow them up or blow up big chunks of trash with your Greenstone Fan. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, Witchdoctor, Crusader, and Wizards. I would not recommend doing the level 70 upgrade options with any of them. But if you do decide to do that, I have listed the possible upgrades that you could do down below, as well as the percent chance that you're going to get a good item. These are higher percent chance than some classes, but I don't think it's worth a 40% chance of getting a good item and using 25 of your Death Breath when you could instead have 6 items extracted into your cube. I honestly think the Witchdoctor, Crusader, and Wizard are not worth it. You really only want to do it with the Barbarian, Demon Hunter, and Necromancer, I feel like, personally. But if you decide you want to try it out for this season, here are your options down below. I'm not going to go over each of those, but I did list what goes with each category and what good ones there are, so feel free to pause the video and have a look at those. Let's look at the gambling priorities. For Witchdoctor, I would focus on Gazing Demise, as it gives your Spirit Barrage a very powerful multiplier and makes you super duper strong. I would put that into your cube or wear it. You don't get Spirit Barrage until like level 8 anyway, so you might as well just hold on to it. I think it's equipable at 15, but you can put it in your cube. Priority number 2 would be the Pox Fault. This allows you to proc a Poison Fart Cloud whenever you get in the middle of enemies, and it just kind of melts them for a really, really long time. It does percentage weapon damage, so as you level up and get better weapons, even if the Pox Faults are outdated and you're wearing them, they're still effective because they scale off of your weapon damage. So as long as you always keep your weapon updated, you're good to go on those. Leoric's Crown is the third option for Witchdoctor, as it will allow you to get a multiplier on your experience by throwing a ruby in the crown. For Crusaders, there are a couple different upgrade paths depending on what you happen to gamble on your first go. So you're going to start by gambling on shields. If you get a Guard of Johanna, then you're going to go with the Hammerdin build, basically. So you get Guard of Johanna, increases your hammer damage, so then you want to start gambling for bracers and get the Gabriel's Van bracers. Then Hammer Jammers for pants. That's a little bit further down the line, but it is an option. When you're looking at that for the Crusader and the Hammer Jammers, that's not until level 31, so do keep that in mind. Okay, guys? That's level 31. Don't gamble with those pants at level 1, okay? I should probably add that into file. I'll do that for the image video in the description down below. I'll add that in. Anyway, if you happen to get the Denial Shield instead, that's going to be upping the damage of your sweep attack. So I like to do that and also do a Khan's Manacles, and that increases the damage of your shield throw. And then you're in the middle of enemies, you're sweeping. If you have an elite at range, you can just pick it off with your shield throw. And then you do Pox Faults also. The Akan Manacles, as you can see, are level 23, so you can't gamble those till later, so you just do the shield and the Pox Faults to start, and then save whatever you have left for the Manacles if you get it. Then for the wizard, you'll be gambling Poxfold straight off because there's not really any good options for wizard at level 1. I used to think that going for their damage mitigation legendary at level 1 was a good idea. And then I realized it's a really long time till you can use it. And even once you can use it, it's not really that useful. So I just gamble for Poxfolds at level 1 with wizard. And then I hold my blood shards until I hit 31 and gamble for Mantle to Heal, or 33 and gamble for Etched Sigil. Etched Sigil is really strong because Disintegration Ray is pretty fun while leveling. And this will increase the damage of your Disintegration Ray and also cause you to proc random mana spenders all over the map as you channel. I really like this more than pretty much any of the other options for wizard. You can also gamble for hats and try to get Swami, but there's also a pretty good chance that you're gonna get other things. Etched Sigil is a 50% chance. The only other thing you could get is the Winter's Fury, and it sucks. But if you get the Etched Sigil, you're set. Mantle to Heal is a bit hard to get because, again, it's a ring, and gambling for rings is a bit more risky just because they cost more blood shards to start. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next class. And the last class that we are looking at is the Monk. On the Monk, I would start by gambling for the Rivera Dancers to make your Lashing Tail Kick hit harder. Then you could gamble for Bracers and hope to either get the Pinto's Pride or the Gungo Bracers. If you get the Tempest Rush Bracers, it's not as good. It can still work, but then you have to blind the enemies to get the damage multiplier, and it kind of sucks. Blind Freeze or Stun, I believe. It's not the most user-friendly thing. Pinto's Pride and Gungo are much better. Also, Poxfolds, again, is just a solid vanilla go-to for pretty much any class, especially those that are up in melee range, so I'd definitely do that with the Monk. As far as upgrading weapons for the level 70 and then extracting into your cube, again, I would say don't do it. You only have a 43% chance if you're doing fist weapons to get something that's going to be useful for your leveling, and a 38% chance if you're doing two-handed staffs to get something that's good for your leveling, and there's not really any other options. I think it's not worth wasting the 25 Death Breath for, so I would just save them and use them to extract more legendaries as you go along, and have more legendaries for when you hit level 70. So those are the priorities that I would say for gambling for all the different classes, as well as what you could do for upgrading rare weapons for 70s and extracting them. I hope this guide has been helpful for you. It is an update on my previous guide, but a lot of things changed, so I felt like it was time to make an update. If you guys liked it, make sure you like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, check out the rest of the survival guide playlist. There are a lot of tips and tricks, as well as a complete complex leveling guide from 1 to 70 in the playlist. So check that out. On the main channel, there will also be a link in the video description down below. And you should also see the video popping up, some of the videos popping up as suggestions on the screen right now for end cards. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, YouTube.